population, promoting our culture, promoting our tradition.
In some cultures, FGMC is believed to preserve a girl's virginity and purify before marriage. It is seen to control women's sexuality and prevent premarital or extramarital acts. The Joint Committee is of the opinion that such a submission is not backed by any scientific evidence, and in fact, the practice have proven by medical experts that it affects women's sexuality. Hygiene and cleanliness. It is also believed that FGMC promotes hygiene and cleanliness by removing the unclean parts of a woman's body. It is believed to prevent infections and diseases, although there is no scientific evidence to support this claim. Economic and monetary gain. For some circumstances, FGMC is used as a means of gaining revenue for sustenance. Due to this monetary gain, circumcisers are reluctant to abandon the practice. The Joint Committee is of the opinion that an individual economic gain must not outweigh the harmful effects of the practice on the girl child. In spite of all this argument, the Joint Committee is of the opinion that cultural or traditional practice must not impinge on the rights and freedom of others, especially their health rights. So the other part, justification against the repeal of the Act. One, national, regional, international conventions and laws. The Gambia also enacted domestic laws, in particular the Children Act 2005, the Women Act of 2015, Amendment Act of 2015 and its amendment, the provision of FGMC reflecting the country's 39 commitment to protecting its women and girls from harmful practice, which is a gross violation of their human rights. The repeal of the Women Amendment Act of 2015 will also violate the fundamental rights of freedoms provided for under Chapter 4 of the Constitution, as the cultural practice of FGMC contravenes the provision contained therein. Chapter 4 of the 1997 Constitution of the Republic of the Gambia protects fundamental rights and freedom, in particular the following sections, which I report. Section 18, the right to life. In certain instances, the practice of FGM has even led to death of girls and women, thereby violating this fundamental right. Section 21, no person shall be subjected to torture or inhumane degrading treatment. Traumatic way the practice is carried out as recounted by many survivors. Section 28, rights of women to dignity. Women shall be accorded full and equal dignity of the person with men. Section 29, right of children, which also provides that legislation enacted in the best interest of children. Section 33 protects from discrimination and further provides under Section 33(2) that no law shall make any provision which is discriminatory in either of itself or in its effect. Furthermore, the Gambia is a signatory to the Conventions on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women, that is the CEDAW, the Beijing Declaration and Platform for Action, 1995, the Convention on the Rights of the Child, CRC, the African Charter on the Rights and Welfare of the Child, the African Union Solemn Declaration on Gender Equality in Africa, and the Maputo Protocol. The Gambia ratified the CRC on 9 August 1990, CEDAW on 6 April 1993, the African Children Charter on 14 December 2000, and the Maputo Protocol on 25 May 2005. It enacted the Women Act in 2010 and subsequent Women Amendment Act in 2015. 2. Violation of the right to health. The right to health is a fundamental human right for all, which is guaranteed in the 1997 Constitution and several international regional instruments the Gambia is a party to. The repeal of the law would allow the continued practice of FGMC, which is a serious violation of the right to health and is proven to be causing severe physical and emotional harm to women and girls. The procedure is often performed without proper medical care, leading to complications such as bleeding, leading to shock. transmission of infection, injuries to adjacent organs, dyspareunia, anorgasmia, paraclitoral cyst, hemorrhage, and increased perinatal complications. In some circumstances, FGMC has even led to death, thereby violating the right to life as provided for under Section 18 of the Constitution. FGMC survivors in the Gambia and different parts of the world have given account of psychological effects of the practice on them due to inhumane, traumatic way it is carried out. Such recounts indicate a violation of the right to the highest attainable standard of physical and mental health. 3. Setback for gender equality in the Gambia. FGMC is a human rights violation and also a deeply rooted practice that discriminates based on sex, gender, age, and other grounds, which expressly contradicts the principles of non-discrimination provided in Section 33 of the 1997 Constitution. Repealing the law will be a significant setback for Gambia's efforts to enhance the welfare of women and girls in the country, along with attaining their economic empowerment. 4. Community development. Rejecting the repeal of the law is essential for promoting progressive social change and community development. It encourages dialogue, education, and awareness-raising initiatives to challenge harmful cultural norms and practices that affect women and girls in society. The committee is of the opinion that the National Assembly strives for a more enlightened and inclusive society where everyone can live freely from violence and discrimination. Of course, we were opportune to conduct a study tour to Cairo, Egypt, which we also take note of. The study tour to Egypt, conducted by members of the Joint Committee of Gender and Health and other parliamentarians from the 9th to 14th June 2024, was aimed to explore the strategies, policies, and community practices that effectively address female genital mutilation in Egypt. The delegation met various religious leaders and experts from Al-Azhar University, Egyptian National Council for Women, members of parliament, and civil society members. The delegation comprised of honorable members of the Joint Committee on Health and Gender, other National Assembly members, and support staff of the National Assembly. The visits sought to gather insights and best practices to make informed decisions regarding FGM. The history of female genital mutilation in Egypt is marked by a transition from traditional practices to medicalization, followed by legislative efforts aimed at eradication. In the mid-20th century, FGM began to be medicalized to reduce severe complications, allowing health professionals to perform circumcision. By 1994, the Egyptian Ministry of Health permitted FGM under certain medical conditions. Notably, Egypt, along with other African and Middle East countries, had high rates of medicalized FGM, with 79% of procedures in 2015 conducted by medical professionals. This shift aimed to reduce health risks, but inadvertently legitimized the practice. Significant legislative progress occurred in 1996 when a decree prohibited FGM in government health facilities. This was expanded in 2007 to ban all forms of FGM by both medical and non-medical personnel. In 2008, amendments to the child law explicitly criminalized FGM, and further amendments in 2016 and 2020 increased penalties and extended accountability. Despite these comprehensive legal measures, enforcement challenges and deep-rooted cultural norms persist. Ongoing efforts by the government, NGOs, and international organizations aim to change societal attitudes and ensure the law is upheld. This underscores the importance of strong legal framework and sustained public education. The study tour aimed to understand Egypt's strategies and legislative framework against FGM, learn from successful programs, observe community-based interventions, and study healthcare approaches to prevent and treat FGM-related complications. Discussion covered the scientific background of FGM, its medicalization, and ethical concern, as well as the negative consequences of the practice. A religious perspective clarified that FGM lacks a basis in Islam, supporting advocacy against it. National efforts to combat FGM were highlighted, emphasizing the crucial role of political leaders and parliamentarians in engaging communities and supporting the elimination of FGM. So the lessons learned, Honorable Speaker, from the study tour in Egypt. One, female genital mutilation is not Islamic, but custom, tradition, or belief, traditional belief. FGM is a rooted cultural tradition rather than religious teachings. Islamic scholars have clarified that it is not a requirement of Islam, helping to debunk the myth that it has religious significance. This understanding can aid in changing community attitudes towards the practice. Two, all Islamic scholars speak with one voice to produce an overall fatwa against FGM. Islamic scholars in Egypt have issued a unified fatwa against FGM, declaring it non-Islamic and harmful. This consensus provides a strong religious foundation for anti-FGM advocacy. It supports efforts to educate communities and discourage the practice. 3. FGM is more of a humanitarian issue than national issue. FGM is primarily a violation of human rights, impacting health and well-being of women and girls. Addressing it requires a focus on humanitarian aspects rather than just national legalities. It's called for global attention and coordinated human rights efforts. 4. The Gambia's act against FGM is far better than that of the Egyptian law. The Gambia legislation against FGM is more comprehensive and effective compared to Egypt. It includes stringent penalties and robust enforcement measures. This highlights the need for stronger legal framework and enforcement in Egypt. 5. FGM is not performed in Saudi Arabia. Therefore, they have no information regarding FGM. FGM is not common practice in Saudi Arabia, resulting in limited information on the subject. This indicates that FGM is not universally tied to Islamic practice. It underscores the cultural rather than religious basis of FGM. 6. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, peace be upon him, daughters were not circumcised. Historical evidence shows that daughters of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, were not subjected to FGM. This fact helps to refute the notion that FGM is a religious obligation in Islam. It provides a strong argument for anti-FGM advocacy based on religious history. Honorable Speaker, recommendation of the Joint Committee. Please, decorum, please. Recommendation of the Joint Committee. This is very important, please. The Joint Committee, having considered and scrutinized the bill and had various experts and opinions, hereby recommends as follows. 1. That the Women Amendment Act 2015 be maintained to prohibit female circumcision in all forms, whether genital mutilation or cutting in the Gambia. 2. Protects women's health and well-being. Repealing the ban on FGMC would expose women and girls to severe health risks and violate their rights to physical and mental well-being. The practice of FGMC has been consistently linked to numerous health complications, including chronic pain, infection, obstetric risks, and psychological trauma. Preserving the ban is essential for safeguarding the health and dignity of women and girls in the Gambia. 3. Promote gender equality and social development. The continuation of FGMC perpetuates harmful gender inequalities and discrimination against women and girls. By maintaining the ban, the Gambia can reaffirm its commitment to gender equality and promote social development by challenging harmful cultural norms and practices. Rejecting the repeal of the FGMC ban is crucial for fostering an inclusive society where everyone can thrive free from violence and discrimination. 4. Legal support and protection. Girls and women who are at risk have undergone FGMC should have access to legal support and protection. This includes access to shelters, counseling, and other support services. 5. Research and data collection. Continued research and data collection are necessary to understand the prevalence of FGMC, its impact on individuals and communities, and the effectiveness of interventions aimed at preventing and addressing it. 6. Legislation and policy. Governments should enforce law as well as issue clear policy directives prohibiting FGMC and provide continued legal protections for girls and women at risk. 7. Awareness and education. Comprehensive public awareness campaigns and educational programs should be implemented to raise awareness about the harmful effects of FGMC and promote gender equality and women's rights. 8. Healthcare interventions. Healthcare providers should be trained to recognize and address the physical and psychological consequences of FGMC. They should also provide support for medical care for girls and women who have undergone FGMC. 9, Honorable Speaker, to clearly ban any attempt to medicalize the practice of FGMC. Conclusion, Honorable Speaker. The Gambia's commitment to national, regional, and international conventions such as the CEDAW, which I quoted earlier, the CRC, and the famous Maputo Protocol reflects its dedication to eliminating discrimination and promoting gender equality. The practice of female genital mutilation or cutting directly violates this commitment by infringing upon the fundamental rights to health, causing severe physical and psychological harm to women and girls. Allowing FGMC to continue undermines gender equality and perpetuates abuse, discrimination, contradicting the principles enshrined in the 1997 Constitution. Repealing laws against FGMC would not only violate human rights, but also hinder community development and the country's progress toward a more inclusive and equitable society. It is essential to uphold and enforce laws against FGMC to protect women's and children's rights and foster a progressive social change in the Gambia. Honorable Speaker, with these remarks, the Joint Committee hereby propose and move with its attached recommendations and conclusion that this Honorable August Assembly do adopt this report. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Member for Nyanija and Co-Chair of the Joint Committee. Honorable members, may I, on your behalf, acknowledge the presence of the Honorable Minister for Gender, Children, and Social Welfare in our midst in the chambers. You are most welcome, and we thank you for being here with your technical backup. Honorable members, any honorable member who may want to second the motion? Honorable member for Jara Central.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the opportunity. Honorable Speaker, I rise to second the motion and equally would want to move a motion order 61.2 and 61.3. For the fact that we have only 1 hour to debate, I want to limit the allot 3 minutes for every member who would want to partake in the debate. Thank you.
Honorable Minority Leader and member for Bikamano Central, you want to proceed. You moved the motion and you said you want to second the motion.
Yeah, I will proceed. I will debate later, not now.
Okay.
I have the right to second the motion and then debate later.
Honorable member for Latrikunda, are you rising up to a point of order? Are you rising up to a point of order?
No, an observation, please. An observation.
Are you rising up to observation or point of order?
On observation, Honorable Speaker. Yes.
To observe?
There is a certain practice here. Anybody who is second a motion, you debate. That's a certain practice. So the honorable member for Jara said that must debate.
Honorable member, that's the discretion of the member. You can just rise to second the motion and sit down, or you rise to second the motion and continue your part of the debate. You can't do anything about that. But what is clear is, honorable members, is time, and the list is with me. I have more than the number. I have about 20 something. And you know, not more than probably 10 will take the floor. So I will have it in the order it is presented to me, and I will begin with Honorable Member for Fonyi Kansala.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله على نعمة الإسلام وكفى بالله نعمة. I thank Honorable Speaker and the Chairman of the committee. I am sorry to inform this committee, the two joint committees, that they have betrayed the trust of Muslims. In the report,
Yes.
they have betrayed the trust of the Muslims in the report, and they have betrayed the trust of the traditional leaders in this report.
Speaker,
And I believe
no. Speaker, no.
that
No.
this is a report
On the floor.
that should
Can you
reflect
take a seat when we call
with the
for point of
Muslims
order? Point of
and the
order,
people.
Mr. Speaker.
Point of order, Honorable Speaker.
I am okay, and I
Point of
went
order.
page by page with this report. And I believe that different
Honorable
stakeholders
member.
were invited.
Honorable member.
29.5.
Honorable
Mr.
member.
Speaker, point of order.
Honorable Member for Kansala,
Yes.
please hold it.
Okay, I've hold it. Thank you.
Honorable members, I have told you several times, we have divergent opinions. Let's respect each other's opinion. You reserve the right to disagree with the opinion. Please, when somebody is talking, please allow the person to say what he wants to say. If you don't agree with him, when next you take the floor, come out with your own version. Please. And if you are talking, you either stand up to a point of order or observation or whatever, and then you'll be granted. If it is point of order, it's automatic. If it is you want to observe somebody, if he agrees by sitting down, you can observe it.
Point of order.
Please. Somebody
order.
is shouting a point of order.
Mr. Speaker,
Yes,
point of order.
but you'll
29
shout.
point
But
of
you'll
order-
shout, yes.
Point of order 29.4 and 29.5. It shall be out of order to use
29.4 and 29.5.
5. It shall be out of order to use offensive and insulting language to members about. And also, no member should impute improper motive to any other member. Mr. Speaker, we are all religious and we respect our religion. The religious should not be insinuated, and I think the member should withdraw that statement. Thank you.
Honorable Speaker, you cannot do it. You cannot withdraw. No. You cannot withdraw. All right, honorable members. Honorable member for Councillor, can you please continue, please?
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Speaker, there's a point of order.
There is a point of order. Honorable Speaker, I am receiving interruption from Banjun. Please, point of order. Can you please?
Honorable, you are saying something?
Point of order. Yes, I say I'm getting echoing from Banjun, sir. She's disturbing me, please.
Point of order. Talking about some, is it on the Banjul side? You're talking about your point of order.
Yes.
You see, I don't want to buy into that much. Somebody believes that you are not thinking that way. That's an opinion. If you come back, you tell him that he is thinking the other way and you are thinking that way. Speaker, I don't see that as an insult. Honorable member, can you continue?
4 and 5, I said 4 and 5.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Speaker,
Point of order.
Speaker, please. Honorable members, please. Honorable member for Lower Fuladu, please. Honorable member, I don't want to name you. I don't want to name you people, please. Honorable member for Councillor, please. And the timers, you start now. Councillor, you can take the floor.
My time, Honorable Speaker. Thank you very much. I strongly stand because as per the various consultation committees, consultation stakeholders have done, I have seen biasness that it doesn't reflect the wish and aspiration of the Gambian people. We are talking of currently the census, 2.6 million population. And, Honorable Speaker, going through this report of a 16-page, the chair of the committee member keep emphasizing FGM, FGM, FGM. If I may cite, Honorable Speaker, the act that we are working to repeal, it says prohibition of female circumcision. So we don't want betrayal from the committee members, both gender and health committee. We are here to correct the wrongs. Be brave enough to speak the truth. And now, Honorable Speaker, looking at the invitees of various stakeholders, we only have 3 main Islamic organizations: Supreme Islam Council, Islam Allied Society, and Women Association for Islamic Solidarity, out of 94 stakeholders. The length and breadth of this country, from Banjul to Koina, is left at the dark. Are we really serious as a nation? This is a thing that 75 to 80% are practicing female circumcision. Honorable speakers, we are ready to stand firm, to defend in a guerrilla war if they want to intimidate and jail my mother, jail my sister, jail my cousin, and jail people for only practicing their religious right. Honorable Speaker, I believe that this report is not fit for purpose. This report is borrowed. This report is anchored on Western donors.
Point of order, Honorable Speaker. Point of order.
Honorable Speaker.
Yes, can we have the point of order? Honorable nominated member, Keba.
Honorable Speaker, I will rise on 29.4. And I will read, Honorable Speaker. It shall be out of order. No, 29.5, Honorable Speaker. No member shall impute improper motive on any other member. Honorable Speaker, the report of the Joint Committee was the decision of the whole House when the bill was first laid on the 1st of March 2023. Describing that particular report as biased and ill-intended is imputing improper motive on the whole House after knowing that the committee have done an independent job. Honorable Speaker, we want to indulge you to reconsider and make a ruling.
No, honorable members, yes, this particular one, you are imputing something into members' statement. That is not correct. You cannot allege them that they are being this thing when they have not told you that. So, honorable member, I've listened. So the standing order holds, the point of order holds. So avoid imputing statements into what people say, your opinion into them. Go ahead.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I want to refer the committee members. They have dropped a section 32, right of culture, in their report. Why? They have also dropped section 25(1)(c), right to religion, in the report is not specified. And I will also quote section 4, the supremacy of the Constitution has also guided issues of this. So therefore, I will also ask the chair of the committee if they said this is not religious. I want the chair to help us.
Okay, honorable member, your time has been up for a long time.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
11:41. Honorable member for Lower Flood West.
Thank you very much. The era of the razor blade is ending today. The era of the knife has to end. The women of this country deserve better, and this report is here for that betterment. You cannot hide behind Islam and then want to inflict pain that is having a gross negative aspect This report has come to tell you that is not going to happen in this country. Enough is enough. The women of this country have suffered a lot. And the reason, you can see, the committee have engaged religious leaders. It is both Islamic and Christianity, but we went further to accept other religious groups other than accepting other Christian groups. That is to tell you how much have this committee given room for the religious leaders. We have given them enough to come. And surprisingly, at one of the time we asked define circumcision as you want it. And we say, bring your position paper. All they could tell you at certain time, they said, we did not have a position paper. We are listening to expert opinion. This report is informed by scientific, expert opinion, and beyond the boundary research. So even, I'm sorry to mention, the Supreme Islamic Council, we tell them, they said you all listen to their fatwa, that if harm is being proven, they are against it. But up to today, the council have never given us a position paper, and we take their verbal oral as their position paper. Look, don't hide behind Islam. We know if you are telling us Western power on earth, we love our people. We love our women, our girl child, and they need to be protected. We know who are behind you. We know who are giving you funds to do this thing. It's not a supply. Was it not sent to Mecca? So stand to
Point of order. Yes. Point of order. Hello, point of order. Point of order. Point of order. Point of order. Point of order.
Point of order, Honorable Speaker.
Point of order.
Honorable members, yes, which side on the point of order?
Point of order.
Honorable member for Councillor.
Yes, yes.
Honorable members, please.
Can you help yourself? We are decent people. We don't fornicate, please. Yes. Thank you. 29.5. No member shall input improper motive to any other member. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Honorable members. Honorable members. Honorable member for Kansala, I was making consultations with the table office when you talked about the point of order. What has he said that you thought was out of order?
He said he's referring to me. I'm the speaker who spoke before him. He's saying that
What did you say? Honorable Lower Flood will come up.
Yeah, you know, when I speak, I'm on top of their nerves, so they will not hear. So that's why they will not hear.
Honorable Speaker. What did you say that the honorable member took to be out of order?
Honorable Speaker, yes.
Honorable member for Lower Salum.
No, the member said he knows who are behind them, funding them. You understand? And now he's giving allegations to the members. And already you have already made a rule on this. Rule for one is rule for all. Oh.
Honorable member. Honorable members, please desist from making statements that cannot be substantiated. Let's not impute into people what they are saying let's not make statements that cannot be substantiated. Please. Honorable member, you continue.
Thank you very much. I was just responding to say the area of donor funding that the committee, so I was trying to dispute that that is not fact. And I also want to flare this, that nobody is giving money for this tax. We care the interest of the country. So as results, I want to seize this opportunity to thank my able secretariat and our subject matter specialists for making this report readily and well consumable. So on that note, I take my seat. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Lower Fuladu West. I now invite the Honorable Member for Kiang West.
Honorable Speaker, thank you very much. I don't think I owe any committee member an acknowledgement with respect to this document that we have before us here. But the deliberations concerning mine today will highlight insufficiency, evidence of insufficiency of information in this report, because to call it biasness is becoming on something unparliamentary. But it's very insufficient to give us this report, to tell us that this is your evidence that you have found out. Anybody who is a research officer, if you are tasked with a work, you take what the researcher gives you. You don't amend the researcher's information. You don't put your own knowledge on researcher's information. You give us exactly what the researcher gives you. Honorable Speaker, to look at insufficiency of this information, this report, we are committed to defending our religion and our culture. One, financial gain by circumcises, people who circumcise. Tell me an evidence of how much do each child pay for circumcision. That will determine the financial gain. That tells you that that information is inaccurate. The poorest people from Kiang Keneba can take 5 children to circumcision who doesn't even have a foot to eat. Tell me how much he pays for circumcision to determine this. This is very inaccurate, Honorable Speaker. Evidence for deaths across all the evidences that you've gathered from medical experts. No evidence of single death which is caused by female circumcision. No evidence of single health consequences was cited here. What scientific evidence are you talking about? We are talking about data that can be proven and tested in the world. You cannot fool anybody. Tell us the data. If the Supreme Islamic Council cannot give you their position paper still, all the medical experts you call cannot give you a single dead case of female circumcision. What are you telling me? You think you can fool me? Honorable Speaker, another insufficient evidence that Prophet has not circumcised any of his daughters. You don't have any evidence. Do you have any evidence that they were not circumcised? Tell us if you have any evidence that they were not circumcised. You don't have this, you don't have this. So why should you come to conclusion? Honorable Speaker, I want to establish one thing, for us to have a fair information from Egypt. For the purpose of transparency and accountability, we would love to know this.
All right, thank you very much. I thank you very much, Honorable Member for Kiang West. I now invite the Honorable Member for Sabak Sanjal.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I withdraw my statement. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Sabak. I now invite the Honorable Member for Combo East.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I must start to commend the members of the committee, the Joint Committee, for the brilliant report that they have given us. Honorable Speaker, it's about time to sensitize and enlighten people. Being a Muslim, your faith is inner, it's not external. To me, I'm seeing it to be very dictative, to be imposive on people's decisions. We are talking of FGM strike C. The FGM, we all know, has been condemned by governments internationally and organizations, which Gambia is not an exemption. We've signed to protocols and conventions. Here, for Islam to run through, we cannot hold Islam into this without seeing it defined in our sunnahs and in our Quran. And these are the two basic things that we should base on as Muslims. And again, the Gambia is a country. The Gambia is a sovereign country that is a multi-religious and multicultural. We must understand the formation of laws and how do they come into society. We shouldn't be selfish enough to impose laws in our own country that governs everybody. We cannot be dictative. We shouldn't be dictative. We are democratic. We should have an open mind to this and understand the recommendations and the text of this thing. It is been taken too far by us Muslims, trying to simulate, put this thing under the umbrella of Islam, and we are talking of a state. This is a state matter. Gambia belongs to Gambians. We live here harmoniously under the rule of law. If a Muslim is to govern the Gambia, doesn't mean we have to spread Islam into everybody. It's impossible. We are in a democratic society. I am urging this House to kindly put this bill aside and then allow the ban to continue for the interest of every Gambian that lives within here, to be able to make this country be a suitable country for everyone as a human being. On that note, Honorable Speaker, I beg to take my seat. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Combo East. I now invite the Honorable Member for Foni Brefet.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Distinguished honorable members of this August Assembly, I want to tell you that I am not happy with this report. Being a member of the Select Committee of Gender and Health, I even tell them right in front of everybody at the committee level that I am not in support of this recommendation. It's not correct simply because we're supposed to meet, we agree to meet the people in different constituencies, which we never do. And we agree also to consult the different people to go and do public hearing, which the committee never and ever did that one also. So I, being a member of the committee, I am not in support of this report in totality. Honorable Speaker, as a honorable member, I being a circumcised woman, I have people complaining that circumcision, the only complaints people are talking about circumcision is that a circumcised woman don't enjoy sex. Everywhere, everybody we met, all the stakeholders, the complaints they have been lodging is that a circumcised woman do not enjoy sex. Even the day
point of order.
Egypt, that is what they
Point of order.
complain.
Point of order.
About FGM and its repercussions without talking about sex and other things. And I do know that in the report itself, it may not be specifically mentioned, but sex is mentioned. So I think we allow the honorable member to continue.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for ruling perfectly. Honorable Speaker, I being a member of the committee, we consult a lot of people, and these are the kind of complaints they are giving, that a circumcised woman don't have sex pleasure. I being a circumcised woman, I see that as an insult because I know that 95% of Gambian people are circumcised and they have a lot of children. They produce children in this country. If they don't enjoy sex, how comes they have children in this country? How comes? Honorable Speaker, talking about the male circumcision is part of Islamic. I see it as an insult. Male circumcision is part of Islamic.
Honorable Speaker, the time allocated 1 hour is finished.
Thank you, honorable member. Thank you very much.
No, it's 12 o'clock now, 1 hour.
Some honorable member for Brefet, please. Yes, who is talking?
Lower Salum.
Lower Charles, what are you saying?
Your decision is elapsed 12 o'clock, 1 hour. You start 11 o'clock and it's finished 12 o'clock. It's here.
You are not here to time. You are not here to time. It's the speaker and his table office to time. Please. And the honorable, please try to be in order most of the time.
Honorable Speaker.
You don't challenge. No, honorable, please. You don't challenge the speaker. No. You don't. Please. No. The way you're doing it, it's not good enough. Please. And it's me who decides the time I have allocated and whether it's time or not.
It's not you. This is not the parliament, not you.
Honorable member for Central Badibu.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, this is a very important report that we are looking at, and I also question the credibility of the report. The report, we said we want to hear from the Gambian people, their perspective and understanding about the practice, how we can reach to a consensus. But Honorable Speaker, the people in the rural community, in the report, we haven't seen any evidence where the people are discussed on the issue, particularly the people who practice it. The non-Simbas are not reflected in the report. Honorable Speaker, they talk about study tour to Egypt in the report. Our culture and that of Egypt, what is the similarity? What compelled them to go to Egypt? And they said they have been to Egypt because they want to understand the legislative framework in Egypt or whatsoever it is. And by going there, we need to see evidence of photos of those engagements. We live in a modern age. You cannot just come and give us this kind of scanty report, no backed by no photos, either within or outside. Honorable Speaker, coming to the Constitution, I see the Constitution being misdefined here. Looking at section 25C, freedom to practice any religion and to manifest such practice. If I'm a Muslim, even if you don't call me a Muslim, but no,
Observation. May I observe it?
I quoted C. If you are interested in a chapter or a section, tell me, let me quote it for you. I quoted C, and that's where I'm limited. If you have more, then you are coming, you can raise it. Thank you. Honorable Speaker, I want to put it to rest that freedom to practice any religion and to manifest such a practice. Is that your, if I said I'm a Muslim, I want to do it, why should you stop me? And we come to the fundamental human rights. We said it's a right of a child. What of the male child? Now you're talking of human rights. The pain on the male child, you never talk about that. If you want to be a human rights, be very fair. And you said about gender. Gender is about male and female. Why do you circumcise the male child? Tell me now. The male child doesn't have a pain. And in the world, we have certain people, they don't go to circumcision. It's in Europe. Why don't you force those men in Europe to go to circumcision? Go to Holland, go to Austria, you have them. It's a choice. You don't want to develop on the law, you just have a motive to repeal the law. If you wanted this law, I stand for us to repeal it and come with a better law. Your study should in fact tell us that we need a proper law, how it was done in Egypt. You said Egypt, they went through a transition. And Gambia, you didn't go through a transition. And you don't want us to go through transition. You want us to have a just direct approach to this issue. Honorable Speaker, I'm very audible. They will hear me. Honorable Speaker, looking at the...
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Central Badibu. And the last one, Honorable Member for Opanyumi.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the opportunity. Disagree with the move of the motion that female circumcision is not Islamic. That's not accurate. Honorable Speaker, when we call out Islamic scholars during the consultation, they all told us that it's Islamic. When we went to Egypt, I asked a scholar on Sharia. In the meeting room,
He said the 4 school of thought, Safai see it as obligatory, Hanbali, Hanafi, Maliki, see it as something, as an honor, and as something recommended and preferred. How can we come here and say it's not Islamic? If it is causing harm to female child.
You cannot say it better than that way. We must look parliamentarian and be parliamentarian. If we make our own laws, we are to be guided by those laws. Anybody here, even the most disciplined amongst us, could stand up and shout. But because we made our laws and we are guided by them, we are not perfect, though, but as much as possible, we do so.
Acknowledge and thank the Office of the Clerk for providing us all the necessary means to do our work within our mandate. I know there are members who even ask source of funding or not. I think sometimes you have questions like you are not even a parliamentarian. This is a National Assembly funded by taxpayers' money. So whatever that we do within the mandate of the committee, it is done accordingly by administrative rules and procedure and by the Office of the Clerk. If you have any question on that, you can reply to them. So thank you very much. Again, I want to thank our secretaries. Especially, I have to single out Sarata Boja. Definitely, I have to single her out. She has done a good job, Office of the Clerk. Please, on behalf of the committee, we are very appreciative of her efforts. And of course, all the other secretaries. Now, moving on to the issues that are raised from Fonyi Councillor. Let me just tell you, I am not here to fight. I am here to represent my people. Yes, of course, because it is so disheartening. And in fact, sometimes I want to get, allow me please, I want to get emotional if I see a member attacking a fellow member. Forgetting that you are elected, I am elected, likewise somebody else. You have your own rules, you have your own thoughts, you have your own perspective, I also have mine. And what I am reading and what I am reporting here, it's not from my small head, neither from somebody else. These are consultations that we made. We consulted up to 100 Gambians plus, not even a single foreigner, for your information. Let me put it like that, since that's what you want to hear. Not even a single foreigner, not even a single foreigner we consulted Gambians. You can go through the records, the list of witnesses, and so on.
Point of order, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, point of order.
Yes, may I hear the point of order, please?
Honorable Speaker, I'm rising on order 17F. While a member is speaking, all members shall be silent and shall not make unseemly interruption. Honorable Speaker, the member on the floor needs to be protected. Thank you.
Honorable nominated member, you are absolutely very right. I wish you identified, you named the member. Members do not interrupt when members are speaking. Just like you will not like to be interrupted when you are speaking. Thank you, honorable nominated member. Honorable member, can you continue, please?
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, once again. The Honorable Member of Fonyi Councillor alleged that the Joint Committee betrayed the Muslim Ummah. I think that is an accusation which you know that I will humbly and respectfully ask you to withdraw. You are not a Muslim more than anybody here. That has to be put on record. If it is the Quran, if it is...
Honorable Speaker, point of order. Honorable Speaker, point of order.
Who is rising to a point of order? Councillor?
Yes. 29, 5. No member shall input improper motive to any other member. What I'm saying is, I don't want him to pass on. I'm saying about the report. So he's misquoting me, please. Let the member reorganize his statement.
In where? Honorable member, can you continue, please?
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. You see, nobody is more... No, I will not summarize, Honorable Speaker, with all these things. Allow me to respond, because some of these things are so touching. You cannot be assigned a work to do by the parliament, and again, your own members come here, try to categorize. It's so painful and hurtful. Honest to Allah, I have to be frank.
On a point of order, Honorable Speaker.
Categorize the joint committee members as
point of order.
the trust of Muslim I think it is just a cheap statement trying to mix representative of this August Assembly with the electors. Honorable Speaker, I think we need to take a stand on that. That is a massive point, whereas the honorable member is allegedly trying to mix members of this August Assembly with our electors.
Point of order, Honorable Speaker.
Witness here.
Honorable Speaker, point of order.
All Muslims.
Point of order, Honorable Speaker. Point of order.
Honorable.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
But next, don't do that, please.
Thank you.
Just say it once. We hearing.
All right.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, I am still rising on point of order 29.5. I am still telling the member, he is persistently insinuating what I don't say. I am saying the report is not the reflection of the Muslim Ummah, in which they have invited them to be present in their consultation. So the honorable member is using words that I won't say. I want him to withdraw, please.
Honorable member, also, you must be tolerant to what he responds. You said a lot of things also, and the people were tolerant.
But I will not allow him to say what I will say.
So the honorable member responding, please. Honorable member, co-chair and member for Nyaniga, please. Go ahead.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. You see, to say that the committee is also biased, I think it is also a gross accusation on the committee, on this respectable joint committee. Remember, we have right honorable members within this committee who were in parliament well before you. So we should be teaching you parliamentary process and procedure, but not you. And also, relying on the fact that we are talking about here, female genital mutilation, report is talking about female genital, and what we are talking about here is female circumcision. If you go to the introduction, we clearly define, even captured what is currently in the act as defined, well defined. You can go and read for yourself, which I read. It is talking fully about female circumcision and any attempt of female genital mutilation. So you can separate the two. Don't mislead people based on these facts. Honorable Speaker, and also it's a very important point that we should take note of. This bill, as brought in by the honorable member, it is saying delete section 32A, delete section 32B. Do we have any other option? No. The only option is that we have is either we delete or not delete. So even at the Islamic point of view, and based on the position paper of the Supreme Islamic Council, who says if we are doing it according to how the Prophet advised, what is that measure that the honorable member is bringing? No measure. So you just want us to delete and leave everybody to do whatever that you want to do in this country? This country cannot be governed.
Point of order. Point of order. Point of order.
So, honorable Speaker,
honorable member, there is point of order. Yes. From the member for Sabah Sanjal. Can we hear a point of order?
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I'm rising on 17F. While a member is speaking, all other members shall be silent and shall not make unseemly interruption. The member for Kiang West is making so many interruptions, and he has to keep his mouth shut unless and until he is given permission to speak.
Point of order. Point of order, Honorable Speaker.
Please, honorable member for Fonyi Bintang. Honorable members, please, you cannot use your mic without leave of the speaker. Please, unless if you are rising to a point of order observation. The point of order raised by the member for Sabah Sanjal is valid and sustained. Honorable members, please, let's refrain from making an endless noise with the objective of interrupting the proceedings. Honorable member, please proceed.
Point of order, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, the member for Fonyi Bintang. Can I hear your point of order, please?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I'm rising on point of order 29.5. No member shall input improper motive to another member. Shut your mouth is inputting improper motive to other members. So that the member should withdraw.
Honorable member, I don't know to which member are you directing your point of order to?
Member for Sabak Sanjan. He said, shut your mouth.
I am not so, I don't think that is imputing improper motive on members. That is out of order. Honorable member, please continue.
Honorable Speaker, that's not fair. If someone says, Honorable Speaker, stop.
Honorable member for Kiang West, he rose on a point. Order, please. Order. Honorable members, majority leader, and you come, please, decorum. He rose a point of order citing imputing improper motive. That's a wrong point of order. That's out of order. And yourself, you are out of order. You cannot stand and use the mic without leave of the speaker. Please. No, please. Can you please take your seat? Can you take your seat? Can you take your seat, please? You are out of order. Member for Nyanija, proceed.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. And again, the Honorable Member for Pony Councillor make reference of Section 32 of the 1997 Constitution, which I will read. Section 32 of the 1997 Constitution, which is
Honorable Member, there are point of order. Honorable members, you can only rise to a point of order when probably a member is on the floor, and
every person shall be entitled to enjoy, practice, profess, maintain, and promote any culture, language, tradition, or religion subject to the terms of this Constitution and to the condition that the rights protected by this section do not impinge on the rights and freedom of others or the national interest, especially unity. Please, let us not misquote our Constitution, please. Moving on, Honorable Speaker. He's saying that in the report, we mentioned that FGM is not religious. If you look at it, that is in the quotation from the study tour. What we mentioned in the report is the religious basis backing the practice of FGM is not strong, because as we consulted many Islamic scholars, they are saying different opinions, and which I will want to quote for you again for your information. However, Islamic scholars consulted by the Joint Committee within and outside the country stated that female genital mutilation or circumcision is a custom, what I'll call tedungal in Pula. It's a custom and not one of the rituals of Islam, whereas male circumcision is part of the rituals of Islam. This clearly suggests that FGMC lacks a religious basis. We are not saying it is not religious or what. We said, based on those submissions from the different Islamic scholars, it lacks a strong religious basis, and which is a fact. Moving on, Honorable Speaker, to the Honorable Member for Lower Fladu West. He also support the repeal and, of course, support the report of the committee, and of course emphasize on the need to protect our girl child and women, emphasizing on the different legislation that we have in place. So it is very, very important. The Gambia is not an island. We belong to the countries of nations. We belong to League of Nations, rather. And then we are signatory to different protocols, and we have ratified them even in this August Assembly. And we even have domestic laws in that regard. Don't you know that it is even illegal to go and organize press conferences talking about FGMC? It's illegal based on the laws. So we have to respect the laws that we have in the land. Moving on again to Honorable Member for Kiang West. Just pardon me, please. He made mention of very important point, that is financial gain of circumcisers. Whereas he referenced members, circumcisers, what we call Ngansimbas in the provinces, whether they ask for money or whatever. Be informed that we consulted Ngansimbas, and these are some of the testimonies they are giving us. The reason why they cannot leave this practice is because it is their source of income. You inherit it from your mother or whatever, and this generation keeps continue going. And you cannot spill blood of somebody. That's what they are telling us. You cannot spill blood of somebody and the person don't give you anything. These are beliefs that they are telling us. It's not from us. These are the facts that they are. And if you are interested to know some of these facts, the library is there. We have all the attachments and appendixes. Please,
point of order, Honorable Speaker.
Please.
Point of order.
Order.
Point of order.
Order, please. Order. Honorable member for Nyanija, please take your seat.
Point of order.
Honorable members, please. There is a please. Honorable member, please address the speaker. And any other member who want to willfully continue to disrupt the proceeding, we will act in accordance with the standing orders. Please.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Like I was saying.
Point of order. There is a point of order.
There is a point of order by nominated member Kebalang Fofana.
Honorable Speaker, I'm rising on 17F. While a member is speaking, all other members shall be silent and shall not make unseeming interruptions. And I remember, I think the other time in your ruling, you failed to address the member for Kiang West because he was named by Sabasanja. This time around, address him. This is a sensitive discussion.
Thank you.
And he's consistently interrupting the proceedings. Thank you.
Point of order sustained. Honorable member for Kiang West, please exercise decorum. Member for Nyanija, continue.
Thank you very much,
Member for Nyanija, Honorable Speaker. Before member for Nyanija, I'm calling on a point of order here to remind you that you have powers here. Honorable Speaker.
Honorable member for Sabasanja, please take your seat.
No, I'm on a point of order.
No.
Point of order.
No, that's not point of order.
I'm on a point of order.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. Point of order 21. Discipline and suspension of members. Honorable Speaker, we have to respect this National Assembly. The Speaker or Chairperson may, after having called the attention of the Assembly or committee to the grossly disorderly conduct of a member who willfully assault, molest, obstruct, or acts in a disorderly manner towards the Speaker or any other member, persistently and willfully obstruct the business of the Assembly committee. Honorable Speaker, if the member is willfully and he's continuously, obstructing the business of the Assembly, I think you need to take your decisions so that we uphold the rules and orders of this National Assembly.
Thank you, honorable member for Sabasanja. Point of order noted, and honorable members take note. Kiang West and every other member, let's act in accordance to our standing orders. It's our own laws, and we made them ourselves. Please proceed, member for Nyanija.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Sabasanja, because I was beginning to even wonder whether we are in Parliament or not. We cannot be obstructed, interrupted continuously. So, Honorable Speaker, as I stated, we've received evidence. As I said, we've consulted 100 plus Gambians, and all the evidences that we received, they are in the library, labeled as appendixes, and then if any member is interested, you can go to the library and find out for yourself what the different stakeholders told us. We are not bringing any information from our own understanding or whatever, despite the fact we are given the power based on the standing orders to make an opinion, which we did. If we receive evidence, gather everything, the committee will make an opinion based on the evidence and, of course, the discussion of the different members of the committee. Moving on, he, of course, asks whether there is any evidence of death cited from the position papers. I just refer to the position paper done by the Ministry of Health. You will see all this data. This FGM thing, the funny thing is that it's not been taken seriously. There are not much data, but the evidence and the facts are there. No medical personnel will stand here and tell you FGM is not harmful. If you do, it means you are just speaking at your own level, but based on medical practices that we are trained. And by your information, I'm a health worker, and it's even insulting to say that there are no evidences or whatever. I will not dare come and say, these IT people, I don't trust you, or this or whatever. These are things that we learn from school, from universities, from colleges. You understand? And these are issues that we practice in the various health facilities. The evidence and the facts are there. Go to the position papers and see for yourself. So it is very disrespectful to the entire health professional of the country to say that there is no health evidence, there is no evidence, there is no evidence. Please go and make research and make sure that you get the facts. And for your information, this is a joint committee tasked to go and do consultation. We are not tasked to go and do research, make findings or whatever. We are tasked to go and do consultation and come and advise the committee on the proposed amendment proposed by the Honorable Member for Pony Councillor. It is a very simple and straightforward tax. If you are interested in research, if you are interested in data, if you are interested in statistics or whatever, please, as it is of interest to you, go and do it for yourself, or even go to the library based on the position papers that are submitted to us. We are not in academia or we are not in professional, but we are doing a parliamentary work coupled with going to get the facts from stakeholders, and we write our report, and this is the report based on the best interest and of course the consultations that we've done. This is it. If you want anything better, you can tell me, but this is what we are tasked to do, and we have fulfilled it according to our standing orders and the Constitution. Again, he also made mention of sponsors of the history. I will just tell you, Honorable Speaker, let us be very, very careful. We are National Assembly members. We are elected. We are the approving authority when it comes to resources. And you all know that this parliament approved whatever that we're supposed to approve for the operation of the National Assembly and its committees and oversight and whatever. So it will be even, it's baffling to me, or even, I will say, so much ignorant to ask a joint committee, where do you get the funds to go and do your work or whatever. It seems like you don't even know what we are doing here as members of parliament.
Honorable Speaker, point of order.
This is a budget that we approve here.
Honorable Member, there is point of order from the member for Fonyi Bintan. Can we have a point of order?
I rise on point of order 29.5. No member shall input improper motive to any other member. He said it's out of ignorance that members ask questions. And I believe members have every right to ask questions. So ignorance there is an insult.
Honorable Member, your point of order is ruled out. Honorable Member, please continue.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. So that's it. Let us be fair to ourselves, despite the fact no matter how much we are interested in a particular issue, let us be fair and be truthful to one another. We are colleagues. It is hurtful to allege and or accuse your fellow parliamentarians who have done a noble job just because it does not satisfy your need or it does not satisfy your wish as far as this issue is concerned. Do not allege your members. We are colleagues. If we are done here, we will step out, and there are other businesses coming to parliament. You might even be very one to bring another business here, and you will want the support of every member. And I was expecting from the mover of the motion to be persuasive, convince members that these are the facts, these are whatever, this is what we need, support me so that we can, but not come in here labeling us all type of sort of names. I think the purpose is already defeated, and then I'm very sorry to tell you that even hadn't been I consider supporting you, I'm hot and really hot by your statement that you made. Thank you very much. Moving on, Honorable Speaker, Combo East. He said he also mentioned your own report that you participated and even contributed immensely. Even during the day of the adoption, Honorable Speaker, this honorable member was present. If you go to the attendance list, her name is there, and she appended her signature on it. And when we voted, she was jokingly saying, I don't accept, but later on, everybody accepted unanimously. There was no dissenting voice. The records are there. So I am surprised that she will come here and say, I am not in support of this, I am not in support. That is your own right, though. But I am definitely, as a co-chair, I am surprised. And on behalf of the committee, we are indeed very disappointed with you. Honorable Speaker, she said there were no constituency engagement. It is true. Remember, we are dealing with a very important issue that is very sensitive, that is there to the hearts of many Gambians. So the approach we took initially was to do some constituency engagement or whatever. But later on, when we realized we can call in some of these Ngantimbas from all over, we can call imams from all over, we can call stakeholders from all over to come and converge here and do the needful. And in fact, we were pressed by the need for time. So that's why we restrict it and we call all the stakeholders here. And all the stakeholders that are necessary, that were listed initially, are captured in the report. So the fact that there is not enough consultation, if somebody says that, definitely that is so misleading. Central Body, who questioned the credibility of the report? Well, it is your own right. You can question whatever that we bring here, but I can tell you we've done enough consultation. And in fact, he's also a member of the committee. He even co-chaired one of the meetings with me. So I am surprised that he's questioning the credibility of his own work. This is so surprising, Honorable Speaker. So surprising. Of course, he said we have not done any local consultation. I don't know what you mean by local consultation. When you are calling your Ngansimbas, when you are calling your imams, when you are calling your stakeholders here, what do you mean by local consultation? What do you mean by local consultation? Check the report. All the names are there. Everybody is listed. Those both pro and against the repeal, everybody is there. The names are listed. So please, I refer you to your own report. So please offer yourself with it, rather than coming here and making unfounded stories.
Point of order. Honorable Speaker.
Of course, he also mentioned about human rights.
Honorable member, please take your seat. Honorable member for Central Bandu.
Honorable 29, 4 and 5 is using offensive language and is trying to put improper motive to others. Honorable member, is our right to question?
No. Honorable, don't make a statement. Honorable, he has not done that. He has not imputed anything.
He did so?
No, I have not heard that.
Okay, let me tell you what he did.
Yes.
He said I was part of the committee.
He said?
He said I was part of the committee, and in fact, I co-chair with him. So is this surprise for me to come and ask certain questions to him? And he's telling me that I'm not reading the report. Let me go and read the report. And he went further to tell me that I'm cooking stories. He said I'm cooking stories.
He said you said you are a member of the committee.
Honorable.
Is that so?
Okay, are you not listening?
I am repeating what you have said.
Okay.
So that it reflects what you have said. So you don't want me to do that?
He said evidence of that's honorable members of Central Badibu, evidence of the Egypt study tour. I can happily tell you that there is a special report on this, and it is part of the appendixes and evidence that we receive as far as the consultation is concerned. And of course, we also receive some literatures from there. Which you know
Honorable member, you must now summarize.
Yes, I'm done. I'm almost done.
Yes.
Yes. And of course, he also mentioned better option, alternatives. You know, when I saw this bill, the Women Amendment Bill, I was expecting that the honorable member will come up with alternatives, not actually going deleting or whatever. It's so unfortunate. But anyway, that is his opinion and so on. So I think you better ask us the removal of the bill. So the last but not the least, for the honorable member for Opanyomi, who is also a member of the committee. But I think, honorable member, I think you need to look at the report very well again. The report does not say, and the committee does not agree that this is not Islamic. You understand? As I quoted earlier, we said based on the evidence that we received that there is no strong base for argument on the Islamic perspective. The committee cannot make any conclusion on that say it's not Islamic or whatever. So that is something which is a misstatement. That's very unfortunate though, but the committee is not.
Honorable Speaker.
So, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Speaker, point of clarification.
No. I beg your pardon.
Honorable, are you right? What is happening?
I just want to refer the honorable member to his own report where he said the claim of FGMC.
No. What are you rising upon?
Yes, I'm rising on point of clarification.
A point of
clarification.
Clarification.
Yes.
No, that one should be given by the honorable member himself. Or you have given him.
No,
okay.
No, I'm not giving him.
Allow me to quote his own.
All right, honorable. The process is when you stand up for a point of clarification or observation, the honorable member who is giving you chance, he should sit down. If he stands, it means he has not given you permission. An honorable member, are you aware? Have you given him permission to?
No. What I want to refer him to, he says that he does not agree with the position of the committee that saying female circumcision is not Islamic. So that's what I want to make him know, that the committee is based on the religious view, and which I read. It says, however, many Islamic scholars consulted by the joint committee within and outside of the country stated that female genital mutilation or circumcision is a custom and not one of the rituals of Islam. This is coming from the stakeholders. Whereas male circumcision is part of the rituals of Islam. This clearly suggests that FGMC lacks a religious basis. This is what the committee is saying, nothing more, nothing less. It's not coming from us specifically, but I again said it's unfortunate that he's a member of the committee, but you can also offer yourself with the report, my dear Honorable, and then know what the contents says. So, Honorable Speaker, on a concluding note and on a concluding remark, again, the Joint Committee want to thank the Office of the Clerk and, of course, the Office of the Speaker and, of course, the entire National Assembly members. Despite the fact there are a lot of talks both for and pro, this is the National Assembly. When issues come here, we need to, sometimes we have different views, and we have to respect one another's opinion. We have to respect one another's view. That is it. That's said and done, Honorable Speaker. The Joint Committee has submitted again in our report, of course, want this August Assembly to consider and then adopt this report so that it can be a basis for the consideration of the Women Amendment Bill. And then I thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Co-Chair, the petition and the demands. Honorable members, now let me put the question. Be it resolved that this Honorable Assembly do adopt the report of the National Assembly Joint Committee of Health and Gender on the Women Amendment Bill 2024. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Division.
You know, I just want to reiterate that this is not this is just the adoption of a report. I had the division. I am going to count. I'm just making a statement that this is just about the adoption of a report. It has nothing to do with what will follow next. Whether it is adopted or not adopted, the process continues. So let's get that very clear. Now, those in favor of adopting the report, please raise your tags. Honorable members, those not in favor, raise your tags. Honorable members, those who are abstaining, abstentions. As I said, I want those who are capturing it, even the press, to understand that this is for the adoption of the report. Very clear. It's for the adoption of the report. So those in favor, 35. Those against, 17, and abstention 2. The ayes have it.
And ISP companies and the Gambia submarine cable by the Honorable Chairperson of the Select Committee.
Gambian Talents TV. Gambian Talents TV. Promotion, population.